Hello.
Uh, 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 uh.
Hmm.
Sorry, I just had to. Oh no, there it is. Found it. Because Holmes is talking about 28 inches. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's literally my arm.
My fantasy is me having a throbbing, dripping 28-inch horse hammer to remodel the inside of short stack QTs. Sadly, I'm not sure I'll be able to realize my dreams. Feels bad, man.
Yeah, so holding the tape measure in my hand and then extending the tape all the way up my arm, it reaches my shoulder.
Yeah, that's like in real units. That's like
In real units,
72
it's
centimeters.
71 according to this tape measure.
Eh, good for me off the dome piece.
Yeah.
To be fair.
So how you doing, cunt?
I'm okay. I'm okay. I've got a bunch of assignments I need to do, and I'm obviously procrastinating. So
By playing visual novels.
I really thought I could like bash it out in an hour or something. I didn't realize how long it was gonna take.
And this is just the intro.
Yeah, I'm only on like chapter 4, I think.
Oh, fuck.
And I was playing it for like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Oh, there's 7 chapters to the intro. Conveniently, a week.
But isn't the first chapter cover several days?
I don't remember.
Because it's the parade and shit, and then it's the first day, so that's 2 days. So Parla's been lying.
Oh my god, is Pala a Jew? Find out next episode. When we celebrate Christmas and he conveniently doesn't.
Well, Hanukkah runs right over Christmas, so
Yeah. That's I need to figure out if Doc celebrates. Actually, no, I don't think that'll change at all. Because there's
how what operates?
How Doc, the Jew.
I don't know who you're talking about. Oh, okay.
The
right,
Jew.
Right. Yeah, no. I thought you were on about, for some reason I thought you were on about like Doctor Disrespect or something.
No, see Josh?
What? No, well, that's why I was so very confused. I was like, I didn't know he was Jewish. No, yeah, he means Doctor What the Fuck, a guy on
on our Discord server. Link in the description below. I haven't done that in so long. But it just hasn't had the opportunity, or if it is, I've missed it completely.
Yeah, I missed an opportunity to show it on my video yesterday. Feels bad.
Oh, you made a video?
I did. Yes. Well, I don't mean to interrupt what you were talking about. We can move on to that.
It was. I mean, I wasn't going to talk about anything special. It's just that the Orthodox Christians celebrate Christmas differently.
Yeah, they still run on the Julian calendar, so it's like 14 days later.
Yep. Anyway, you made a video.
I did. I made a video.
Should I put a link in the description below?
Yeah, I'm sure the people who are watching this will be very interested in the video I made.
What's so interesting about the video that they would want to go watch?
Right. Okay. So I'll give some background. I've been long memed on for not making so I made a channel on my like Google account so I could upload stuff, and I uploaded one video, and I have never uploaded one again.
I should say you didn't even make the video.
No, okay. In my defense, I credit Val in the thing, right? So I didn't make the video, and the video is not of content related to me either. So I have nothing to do with it. I just asked, hey, could you do this?
It's not even like a supercut of you just saying dumb shit.
No, it's literally basically nothing to do with me at all.
It's some streamer or somebody saying yikes, isn't it?
Yeah. So Richard Lewis.
I don't know who that is.
He's a journalist / streamer, whatever, involved in esports, and I haven't watched because I've been listening to a lot of other podcasts and audiobooks, but I used to be really into him, and I get into his content, and I found that to be a really funny scene in one of his podcasts. So I asked, I don't know why, I was just like, I want to do this, but I don't know how, and like Val, another person who's on our Discord, apart from he's not really because he never posts, but
is he actually still here?
Yeah, he's still boosting the server.
Oh.
Two more boosts than you give. So I just kind of said, this, and he was like, "Oh, I'll do it." So he kind of cropped this out for me, and I said, "You can just upload it," and he was like, "No, I did it for you." So I uploaded it, and it got like 20,000 views. And the joke was, and I did say this as well, that I didn't want to upload anything else because it would ruin my video average. Because now my videos average 22,000 views. But yeah, so every Christmas, the tank game I play, World of Tanks, has an event where they sell loot boxes. And I won't get into the whole loot boxes being value for money. In short, they are, but it's value for money in the sense that you were going to spend that money anyway. You'll get more if you buy the loot boxes than just buying, gold or whatever outright. But it's still, expensive and all that. Anyway, some guy on Reddit was like, if you unbox and buy, loot boxes, could you send screenshots or record it so I can collate statistics to see what the odds are? Funny to me anyways, that the odds, at least in my opening, don't seem to have changed at all from the past 2 years. The odds seem to be the exact same, but he wanted that information anyway, so I recorded it and I uploaded it. So it's me unboxing 150 World of Tanks loot boxes. That's it.
And what'd you get?
I got all 4 premium tanks, about 70,000 gold, 8 million credits. How many? Actually, I can check this now. How many? Because one thing I did forget to say was how many garage slots. I got about 12 garage slots. 10 or 12. And enough ornaments to max out. Essentially, the Christmas event, you open free boxes or paid boxes, and you get ornaments, and the ornaments make it so you can earn more experience and more credits. Normally, you're supposed to work throughout the event, grind and play, and you get these boxes, and by the end, you should have the top level. And I had the top level 54 minutes after the event started, because that was how long it took for me to unopen them, and to open them and record the video and then compress it. So yeah. For people who don't play, it was a really good unboxing. Statistically, you should get one of the tier 8 tanks every 50 boxes, so I should have got 3, but I got 4. They were all unique, so I got all 4 of them rather than duplicates.
Yeah, that was the other crazy thing, is not a single fucking duplicate.
So a guy on my video said he'd watched a bunch of them, commented, he'd watched a bunch of them, and apparently the only time people got duplicates were when they had all 4. And this is a big departure because, in the past 2, so in the first year, so 2018 when they did 2017 to 18 they did this. There was a very rare tank, the Type 59. And in last year, they had the IS-3A, which is just an IS-3 with an autoloader.
The fuck?
Yep, it's just an IS-2. But it's a reverse autoloader, so it actually fires faster the fewer rounds are in the chamber. It's fucking scuffed. But
can I see the fucking documentation that they got for this?
No. It was a secret record in Stalin's bunker.
Oh.
It's fine. It existed.
Wait, so are you, when you say autoloader, do you mean like the IS-7's autoloader, where it was more of just loading assistance because the shells are fucking heavy?
No, you're thinking too much into it. Like you're trying to find like historical analogs. No. So
historical's a big part of it, but mostly I'm trying to deal with the physics of it, which is
that's thinking too much into it.
Which is where the fuck are you fitting a fucking fitting an autoloader in the IS-3's turret?
So I don't know if War Thunder has the difference, but it's not an autoloader. It's an auto reloader. So it's like an autoloader, but it'll load each shell individually. So you can use it as a single shot tank and have, so it has like three rounds in the chamber, like three rounds loaded, and it's like 2 seconds between those. And when you fire one, it'll start loading the next round. So you can either play as a single shot, or you can just unload all three. Or you can unload two and then wait for them. And typically with an auto reloader, the more rounds you fire into it, the longer the reload is for each round. So you're kind of incentivized to play it as a single shot until 3 rounds would basically kill the other tank. And you unload them. But how the IS-3 works is it's an inverse autoloader. So the deeper you are into the chamber, the quicker it fires. So you're incentivized to hang on to your rounds, fire all 3 of them, and then its reload rate is like slightly faster than an IS-3. Needless to say, it's broken.
It sounds fucking retarded.
Yep.
And for the record, the only thing I can think of that's close to it might be the Chiri 2. I think is the one we have, which is a Japanese medium tank with like...
Yeah.
It's not even autoloader, it's just like a shelf right next to the fucking barrel. Or right next to the breech. And they just kind of like nudge the shells back into the breech after they're fired.
Yeah, the thing, we have the Chiri, but that's the Top Gun on that is just an autoloader, just like a standard autoloader. But
fucking trying to.
Never
mind.
Like we only so here's the thing, right? So the Italian medium tanks are the only tanks that have this mechanic, and they're the newest tank line. But the Russians the second newest tank line. But the Russians just, had to make their own one. So we
had Object 6969.
Yeah. So okay, but the reason I'm bringing up these is because yes, lots of people wanted those tanks, and could buy a ton of boxes and wouldn't get them because there wasn't any. No duplicate sort of thing. It was just, static odds. So it looks like on this, loot boxes, there is a no duplicate sort of clause. But apparently some people are reporting that isn't true, but most people are saying that they haven't got duplicates until they had all 4 tanks.
I mean, it might not necessarily be no duplicates, but it might certainly be weighted in that direction.
Yeah, that's a massive possibility. We won't know until like a couple of days and proper statistics are published. But
or they like formally announce, yes, we did this.
But they're not going unless it's absolutely not what's the term? Unless it's absolutely true that there is no duplicates, they're not going to report it because why would they? They would only report it if it was like good news. Good news, everyone. You know, that sort of thing. And if duplicates are possible, it's not good
weighted no duplicates is still good news in my opinion.
Yeah, but I don't think for the general gamer base they would care about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, the general gamer base probably isn't going to fucking buy 150 loot boxes.
Yeah, good point. But yeah, so I bought like I could say the exact price was because it's on the EU server. It's done in euros, and then the pound value is just what the pound is pegged to the euro. So it's £85.55 per 75, but it was 99.99 euros per 75, so like 200 euros. And I got more than 200 euros worth of gold just by itself, plus 4 premium tanks. The premium tanks would be sort of like 40 euros each, plus 100 days of premium time, which is just over like 30 euros, and 8 million credits, which when converted into gold, or well, the other way, gold and credits is like 20k credits, so that's like 50 euros. So I did pretty good. I did bet like I'm not super happy because I opened the same amount of boxes like 2 years ago, and like I say, you should get a tier 8 premium every 50 boxes, and I got 1 tier 8 premium in those 150 boxes, and that was the Lorraine, the tier 8 French autoloader.
An actual autoloader.
Yeah. So yeah, it, like I did really bad on that year's one, so I just kind of see it's my luck kind of balancing out a bit, but yeah, I did really good.
Don't think, just consume.
But like if you play World of Tanks and you're, unlike me, not a whale and conscious with your money, the only time you should really spend money is at the Christmas thing because they have the sales and all of that. So, and the loot boxes are good value for. Again, it's only good value for money if you're willing to spend that money. If you were already willing to spend that money, you know what I mean. Like it's not value for money if you don't care about it. But I was planning on spending that money.
I should go buy 150 fucking crates.
Go for it.
Start the game, immediately have tier 8 premiums, it'd be great.
That was basic. I had a tier 8 premium after like 200 games. That was literally me, like, normally at like tier 4 or something, and I'm just playing in my fucking super Pershing. Just fucking meeping around like, why am I not killing anything? Why is everyone better than me?
And fuck super Pershing. Wait, super Pershings are the ones that have that retarded like plate on the mantlet, isn't it?
Yeah, the spaced armor. Yeah.
I don't even think that classifies as fucking spaced armor, really.
Well,
I mean, it technically is, but fuck off.
I was gonna say in World of Tanks it is, but I don't trust World of Tanks with historical stuff. So.
No, I don't think World of Tanks gets the benefit of spaced armor at all.
No, we do. Yeah, we do. It counts as armor, lowers shell velocity, and greatly reduces the effect of HE and HEP and all those rounds. But that's like the only thing.
Oh yeah, so
but that's like the only
thing. Then again, the like most of the technically spaced armor that we have is not really effective, but that's kind of an issue with, you know, the game, with reality meeting the game. Like a lot of the, and I think this is to be said for a lot of the modernization projects of some shit. Like they'll take something like an M60, an American medium tank, and kind of, keep trying to push it until, they actually served in the fucking Gulf War some 30 fucking years after introduction and 10 years into the introduction of the M1 Abrams.
Yeah,
And you'll see like all of the modernization projects aren't really useful in game, because in game is tank on tank battles. The modernizations they usually go through are to like stop a fucking raghead with an RPG.
Yeah, good point.
So like all the a lot of the spaced armor that we have and things is like just chicken wire. Like chicken wire in a frame, and it'll detonate like a HE grenade, but it won't do shit against anything a tank's lobbing.
Yeah.
So it's really just for show, and it might save you that 1 in 20 times. If you're angled just right so that chicken wire technically has enough like weight to trigger the fuse sensitivity.
Yeah. We have a different, like, kind of a different thing. Like a mechanic called overmatching, which is incredibly arcadey.
Yeah, and I've heard about this sort of.
Yeah, so basically, if you're aiming, if the caliber of your barrel,
the diameter, we'll say that.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah.
I mean, is caliber not the correct term?
It might be, but at the same time, it seems weird that you're going to say caliber, but it's going to be like a 180mm gun against. It's not. Yeah. You're not going to have like 50 calibers of armor, are you?
True. Yeah, true. So it's typically said in a lot of the videos that like a 150mm caliber, like. But yeah, okay, yeah. Fair enough. I genuinely didn't know that. Sorry.
Anyway. Yeah.
So if the diameter of the barrel is greater than 3 times that of the thickness of the armor, it will automatically go in. Like, I think a bounce, like if it would normally bounce, it would go in. Ricochet, I'm not sure, but yeah, it will basically like. Even if the effective armor is thick enough to prevent it because of angling and such, it will still like automatically pen.
Yeah, we have.
So
we have something similar. Ours is called Hull Break, and I don't know the exact numbers for it, but I think the general rule of thumb is anything with less than 40mm of armor. If you hit that plate, pretty much the entire thing just dies. There's no, you only hit these key components. No, the thing's just fucking dead. Fuck you and your light tank meme machine.
So, again, I've never really looked into war, like, even though I've played War Thunder a bit, it was always in the air. So, on the tanks, like, in War Thunder, there's not health, is there? It's like components and stuff, and the health. Right. Okay.
Hence why when I say like Hellbreak, it's insta kill.
Yeah. Like, I mean that makes sense.
Like you'll see shots where you'll be like firing an AP round and you'll hit like the arse end corner of, I don't know, some Italian go-kart, because fuck Italians, and the thing just fucking explodes.
We have like
you'll miss the engine, you'll miss the fuel tanks, you'll miss the ammo racks. Just
we have like health on certain components. So like the ammo rack is like somewhere in the tank. The fuel tank is somewhere in the tank. And then the crew members are also in places in the you can't see them, of course. Like, they don't have actual models, but like the crew members are placed fairly, I think, somewhat arbitrarily just within the tank. And the engine has health as well. But you don't see, like, there are values for that health, but you don't see those values. It's all just kind of random in game, like, oh, my commander was knocked out.
Yeah,
Oh my,
there is
my
like some values attached to it in ours as well, but like the difference between like the health is like it doesn't matter because it's shot. You know, if you get a direct hit on something, it's fucking dead.
Yeah, yeah.
Unless
Makes
you're
sense.
like a British firing fucking early sub-caliber projectiles, in which case you basically just tickled everything.
Well, that's another thing. Like, we do have, like, especially the early game, like these, like, because the game is made for like just tank on tank combat, like World War II and immediately post World War II.
Mm-hmm.
Even though now we have like certain tanks that are technically from like the 60s and 70s, fighting tanks like, you know, the M46 Abrams, like, you know, doesn't really make a lot of sense. That's not counting, you know, just fake tanks. But what they had to like, so unlike War Thunder, we don't have a lot of different types of weapon, which is cannon. And then artillery just has a really big cannon that fires indirectly, like just that's it. And so they had to like try and replicate these like machine guns that tanks would have in like the really low tiers. And so what it ended up just being is that they're just like really shit autoloaders. Like just that is just the mechanic that they use, even though, you know, it's not that accurate. But yeah. I guess that makes the game more simple, where everything just has cannon.
I mean, even a machine gun in this works like a cannon. It just fires really fucking fast and it does jack shit.
Yeah, but the game can't. My point is that the game can't like, oh, how do we put, you know, 100 rounds or something, 150 rounds, you know, like a machine gun might have in a single, you know,
magazine
box of ammo.
Yeah,
that's
how does the M3 Lee work in World of Tanks?
Sorry. The M3 Lee is like the biggest, right? The M3 Lee is the absolute meme of the game. Because, okay, a lot of people, you know, if you're in RU, you rush the T-34, right? Yeah. You know, if you're German or whatever, you might rush the Panther. But obviously a lot of people see that M4A1 Sherman, like, ooh, I want to play that. I know that tank, right? I'll rush that. And so you have to play the T1 Cunningham and the T2 Medium and the M2 Medium and then the M3 Lee.
Oh, you don't even get the M3 Stuart?
No, that's in the light tanks. That's in the light. But yeah, then you have to play the M3 Lee, right? And these are mostly like new players, like who don't understand a lot of things about the game. And they're shoved into this fucking tank. And it's the absolute meme machine. Whereas I kind of universally hate it. So, okay, to answer your question, World of Tanks, you don't switch between barrels. In fact, one of the tanks I unboxed is the first tank that technically has more than one barrel that you can fire, and it's the exact same caliber, same whatever.
I
just
saw that object and
it was found in secret bunker. Don't worry about it.
It reminds me of the fucking Overload tank from Command & Conquer Generals. Which is...
Oh, fuck, that was a good game. That was a good game.
I find it an interest... I like the game more as like an example of things we're never gonna be able to make again. Like, you try and make a game in this day and age with that much stereotyping.
I was gonna say, like,
you can't do it.
I think that was the game I learned about what a technical was. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
because I would just fucking spam them.
It shits on the two races you cannot shit on in this day and age.
Wait, what's the other one? I know you have like Americans.
There was America, and China, and the GLA.
Oh, China, yeah.
Where America was all about the aircraft superiority and kind of just, we're Americans, burger, fuck yeah.
Base.
And then China was literally just like swarms of cockroaches. And healed themselves through propaganda towers and used to hack the internet to steal all your money.
Oh fuck, it's such a good game.
And then GLA was literally just like niggers with sticks. They had no access to power, they had no access to aircraft. And suicide bombers, demolition trucks. Their turrets were literally just like sandbags with people with fucking stingers.
Yeah.
Which led to the interesting issue where they would actually degrade when being shot at because the little fucking brown men inside them would just get shot. Also, they're fucking workers. Like, everyone else gets a construction dozer, the GLA just gets like a little turban man with a pickaxe.
Base.
And he works so much fucking slower.
God. Command and Conquer Generals, man.
Great game. Highly recommend.
Anyway, the M3 Lee. So in World of Tanks, you fire the biggest caliber tank, like cannon, which is the one like that's hull mounted. And so these are people who are used, when you're playing it, you may only have played like 20, 30 games.
By the way, this is the Overlord tank.
Yeah, literally exactly that.
Well, not really, because your barrels are kind of like squished together in the center. But
I know. I was speaking with hyperbole.
Because just going on about this some more, you could upgrade the tank so that sitting on the top of the turret was like a modification. And you could choose between either a Gatling cannon, a propaganda tower, or I think you could actually fit a fucking bunker to put a little bunch of fucking yellow men inside it. And then they'll fire off RPGs or their rifles.
Amazing.
Yeah. Command & Conquer Generals, great game. Highly recommend pirating it.
Yeah, sorry, M3 Lee. Yeah, you fired the hull mounted gun, and again, most people are used to turreted tanks, so they're not used to like kind of more of a tank destroyer, something like a Hetzer or whatever, where you have to move the hull and things like that, or like an Su-85. You just so players just aren't used to it, and it's also the first tier where there's a tiny bit of grinding. You can still probably get the Sherman in a couple of hours, or like an hour or something. I'll have to caveat that I played a lot with premium accounts, so yeah, I'll probably take a non-premium player longer. But like, you can grind fairly quickly through this, but in somebody where you can just play like 2 games and get the next tank. With the Tier 1 Cunningham, it's like 1 game you get the next tank. And then Tier 2, it's like 2 games. Tier 3, it's like 4 games. And this is the first one where you'll have to probably play like more than 10 games in it.
And it's not going to help that you're shit, so you're gaining no XP because you're basically doing nothing.
The thing with the M3 Lee is, though, the stats of the tank itself aren't actually that bad. Like, it's the reason it's sometimes like called the meme machine is because like there's a lot of videos of just like kind of really good water tanks, and again, you have to be really good, of course, but like of like really good water tanks players who just make these meme videos where it's just like, what, you hate the M3 Lee? Let me show you. And it does have like pretty good DPM, pretty good penetration. It's like most tanks will have to choose good alpha. Alpha damage is just like the damage per shot. Like, average
people
damage.
People know what alpha damage is.
Right. Well, I'm just right. But the thing is that it's not in World of Tanks. it can be 25% variable. So if something, does 100 average damage, on a good roll it'll be 125. On a bad roll it'll be 75. Because RNG makes everything fun.
That's why your esports ready.
I would, as somebody who actually has tried to watch World of Tanks esports and stuff, that is by far and away the mechanic that's holding it back.
I tried to watch esports fucking World of Tanks and I hated it.
Yeah.
Because when you introduce professional shit like this, you clearly see what the fuck the meta is. Which is everyone in a T55, and it's fucking boring.
Well, I mean, that's the thing with I think World of Tanks is one of the few games where even the vast majority of its player base hates esports because it just doesn't make any sense, Like, it just doesn't, or even like the more competitive versions of the game, like that are in the game, are just shite. Because everybody, just plays. Well, now it's like the Super Conqueror and things like that. But yeah, but yeah. So the M3 Elite does have good alpha, good DPM, and good pen, but because of its like status as Babby's first tank, and its playstyle and its shit armor and all that sort of stuff, like it's just kind of universally hated. And yeah, the benefit of perhaps having 3 guns doesn't translate to World of Tanks. Oh, on another one, we have 3. I'm looking at it right now. We have 3 guns.
So you have the 37 on top, 75 in the hull, and what's the third?
Oh, there's like a tiny little out of the cupola on the top one. There's a tiny little machine gun popping out. Tiny little machine gun.
Okay.
And there's also another. I'm just looking at now. There's another machine gun next to the 37mm. But again, they mean nothing.
Cult of the machine gun.
But all that gameplay wise, all that does is mean that there's a massive fucking weak point at the top of the tank. So yeah, I think it's one of the tanks that has the lowest win rates overall.
I usually don't like multi-gun tanks. I hate the M3 Lee, hate the B1 Biz. I don't mind the mouse too much.
Is the mouse wait, let me look at the mouse in World of Tanks.
It has the 128mm, and right next to it, it has a 75mm.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it. I never noticed that. Interesting. Yep, that means not. Like, this is the thing. Like, I can't even comprehend having more than one good on a tank. Like, it's just not a thing.
The 75 kind of works as a rangefinder or to bait out retards who don't know you have 2 guns.
Which is what you least expect. Actually, can I talk a little bit about the tanks I got in the loot boxes? Or is that too niche?
Go on. Fucking.
Okay.
Because
just quick.
The Italian tanks you guys have fascinate me because I've never heard of them, and we don't have them either.
Yeah. So let me just look at the tech tree now. Italian. Yeah, so it's the Progetto, which is the Italian autoloader. What World of Tanks always does is before they add a new line, they add, or typically, because there are 2 points for premium tanks they'll add. It'll be tier 6 and tier 8. And tier 6 are the ones that you can buy for gold in the game, and the tier 8 ones you typically can't. You have to buy with money when they go on sale. The Progetto, which is the Italian tier 8 premium, or they'll add them before they add the actual tech tree in, so people can buy them and like trial them out, see if they want to play it.
Yeah, we're doing that. And also we're actually doing that right now with the Swedish. Where Sweden's getting added to War Thunder.
Oh, great!
So we've got a premium S tank prototype and some low tier meme machine that's supposed to have a 1.5 second reload on a self propelled something gun. It's retarded.
We actually have for our one the tier 8 premium point. We have an S tank prototype for our tier 8 premium.
SDIV 103 S0, I'm assuming.
Yeah, Stridsvang S1.
Oh, S1. We get S0.
Yeah, and so yeah, it's because a tier 9, it's the Stridsvang 103O, and then a tier 10, it's the Stridsvang 103B. But a tier 8, it's the UDES 03. That's the actual. So we have those are the tank destroyers, medium tanks. So it's medium tanks up to tier 7, and then it branches off. So for tier 8, we have the UDES 14, then the UDES 16, then the UDES 15, 16. And they were like medium tanks, and they're kind of slanted in the same way as the Stridsvangs. But they have a turret, like a very sloped turret that follows the contour. Like a rear-mounted turret. And then for the heavy tanks, which I fucking hate so much, it's the Emil 2, and then the Krangvan. Krangvan. And we do have a premium Emil. No, it wasn't premium, it was a reward, and that was the Emil 1951. Anyway, the tanks I got. I'll go through it quickly. I got the Progetto, which is one of the tanks I really wanted. It was the one I did my little fucking squeal when I got it. Kind of embarrassed about that, but yeah, something like that. It's auto reloader, really good. And I have the tier 8 Italian normal one, so I can use it for crew training. So I'm very happy with that. I got the Russian double-barreled tank, the Object 703 version 2, and it's fine because it's an object, so it's experimental, so it makes perfect sense.
Soviet Union would not lie to us.
Honestly, the tank itself doesn't seem to be too good, but it's right. So it takes 3 seconds to charge the shots to fire both of them at the same time. But that fucking like 800 alpha damage. Oh, fuck me. It's a beast. There are going to be actual tech tree double barrel tanks being added to the game like next year. I think I think it's going to branch off from the tier 7 heavy. I think it's like the IS or the IS2. I got the German, the other Russian, which is the Su-130 PM, which I don't care about Russian tanks. I don't care about tank destroyers really, but it's basically we have this tank called the Scorpion, which is the most played tank on the EU server. It's a tier 8 German tank destroyer. It's very fast. It has a lot of alpha, like 490 alpha, which is insane. And it's it's played a lot. So, Wargaming being a Russian company, are just like, we must have Russian Scorpion and make it better. So, that's what the Su-130 PM is. It's just a Russian Scorpion, but not really as good. It's about the same, but everybody already plays a Scorpion, so it doesn't really matter. And then the final one, where are you? Is the E75 TS, which is an E75, which I'm pretty sure is already a hypothetical tank. Am I right? I don't think any of the E tanks existed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it already doesn't exist. But the E75 does exist, and this is an E75, which is a tier 9, brought down to tier 8. It's apparently actually pretty good, but I haven't played German heavy tanks. Because the Tiger and the Tiger 2 fucking suck. So
no, you're just bad.
No, they fucking. No. I may be bad, but they fucking suck. But yeah, so I haven't bothered to put a crew in them. Like I don't have a crew, so I'll have to buy a crew, and I don't like that. God, buying a crew will take 1,000 gold, and I only have like 66,000 left. I don't have that money.
How much? What did you use the fucking rest on?
Well, I had 70,000.
Yeah, so what did you use the 4,000 on?
Converting free experience and getting a crew for the double-barreled Russian tank.
Okay.
So do you guys have like free experience?
We do, but
like
nobody uses it because using it is fucking retarded.
How?
It's just a really shitty conversion, right?
Okay. Interesting. I mean, you mainly use free experience to either skip the really low tier tanks that are, so you start play when a new line comes out, you'll start playing it at like tier 5 or tier 6. Or in my case, when we get a tank, so in World of Tanks we have like modules, and so when you unlock a tank, typically it's actually pretty shit. You have to get the good modules for it. So like, a better turret, better gun, better engine. And so what I typically use free experience for is that when I unlock a tank, I can then use free experience to get better to make the tank essentially the tank it's supposed to be.
We can buy the modules with gold, but it doesn't take free experience.
Interesting.
So I know. And as for if I wanted to grind out a new tree, I'd probably just buy like a tier 3 premium, which is probably like your tier 6. Something like equivalent to a 76 Sherman.
But how would that help you grind?
Because unlike World of Tanks, you basically just, if you play the game in a tech tree, you research tanks in their tech tree.
Oh, interesting. Damn, that's actually a really fucking big difference.
It does depend. Like, there is some, you've got to be within the ballpark of the tank you're researching. So trying to research the Abrams with a fucking M3 Stuart isn't gonna work. You'll earn 10% of the experience you should have.
Oh yeah, because you guys you nominate a tank, don't you? Like, this is the next tank I'll be working on, and all the experience goes to that, right? Huh. Yeah, for us it just goes into a pool for that tank, and then you just have the global pool, and you can spend either on anything really.
So if I wanted to start a new tech tree, I'd just buy a premium rather than boost my way through the tech tree.
Damn, that's because for us, so premium tanks, they make more credits, and you can put your standard crew. So I'll use the Italian one. So I have the tier 8 Italian medium, and I have the tier 8 Italian premium medium. And I can put my crew from the normal one into the premium one, and I don't have to retrain them or anything. They're perfectly fine with it. It has to be the crew of the same nation and the same class of tank. So it has to be, for this, it'd have to be Italian and medium. But it could be any tier.
Our crew training is basic. There is no retraining. Once you train a crew to work a tank, it works that tank. And you don't need repay to put it back in it. But the premiums are always a flat rate. So it doesn't matter if you buy the highest tier premiums or the lowest ones, they all cost the same. Which at the top tiers, it's 10,000 the free currency, the silver, to put it in there, compared to something I think crewing my Leclerc cost 250,000. So there is a massive fucking difference.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But
not really.
But yeah, the only time I ever see people use free experience is if they're ultra competitive and when a new level of when the new iteration of the newest tanks come out, they might use free XP then to just have that grace period of like the first day or two where they are the biggest fish in the sea.
Yeah, yeah. That's how people who've actually played a lot of games use it. But I'm still like, I only have like 2 top tier tanks, so I'm still like grinding a ton of tanks. So
Yeah, but at the
yeah,
same time, it's, I mean, you've like World of Tanks is hard capped its technology limit, so you don't get that as badly. Like,
yeah, yeah.
this is talking specifically about the aircraft, but when they added the T2, which is a Japanese supersonic trainer aircraft,
Hmm.
at the time there was nothing comparable to it, and for most nations there still isn't.
Hmm.
So a lot of the like top tier jet players just bought their way through to the T2 and just dicked on everyone for like a week. Except me, because I bought the premium Israeli Valtour, which is a French jet bomber that has 4 cannons in the nose. And I start at the bomber spawn, which means I just run to the airfield and hit on them and they die, and I laugh at them because they paid money to get dicked on by me. I am king. It's great.
Interesting. It's weird how these games are quite similar but quite different in a lot of ways.
And they're both fucking Russian companies. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh,
but yeah, so my point is that you can, for those premium tanks, they make more money and you can train your crew.
Our premium tanks also make more experience and money, so.
Yeah, and the experience it's made is that like free experience, but like unconverted. So that's the thing. So you earn experience in like, it's something like 1% or 3% of all. It's 3% of all experience you earn is automatically converted into free experience. But the norm when you elite a tank, so research everything, the experience that tank earns becomes like free experience, but it hasn't been put into your pool, and then you have to pay gold to put it into your to make it, you can actually use it. So that's what I do as well. It makes more premium experience. But you have to pay gold for it anyway.
Just play the fucking game. Just play the fucking game.
That's what I do.
But hang on, I'm just gonna, because I have a shitload of free experience, because again I don't use it and most people don't. I think I have like 40 million free experience, which means I could buy the highest tier tanks like 60 times over.
But why does nobody use it then?
Because the conversion rate's shit. Like for every 200 experience, I think you need to spend like 1 gold.
Oh, right, yeah. So yeah. Wait, for 200. Wait, Okay, how much would our tier rate? So think about like a tiger.
Hang on.
Or something like that. Actually, no. Just tell me your maximum. Tell me your maximum. So how much?
Our big dick energy. If I go all the way to not the fucking Russians, because fuck the Russians. The M1A2 Abrams, currently the biggest dick in the sea, requires 400,000 experience to research, and not including having to research every other Abrams before it. In fact, if I follow this, the tree, like the things I have to research before I get this, I have to research the M6A1 heavy tank, the M4A3E2 jumbo, the M4A3E2 jumbo with a 76, the Super Pershing, the T-34, the T-32, the M103, the T-95, the MBT-70, well, really the XM803, because they've now changed that. Then I've got to research the first ever Abrams, which is Abrams with a 105. Then the IP Abrams, which is an upper armored 105 Abrams. Then the M1A1 Abrams, which is the first one with the 120. And then the M1A2 Abrams. So not including all that, 400,000 research. Also 1 million fucking silver to buy the tank and 300 to train a crew in it.
Yeah, so that is right. So our top one, tier 10. So that I'll look. I think on the heavy tanks, American heavy tanks. Our top one is the T11OE5.
I can also string numbers and words together.
Or the T57 heavy. So there's like 2 sets. But yeah, so that one follows the T29, T32, M103, T11, OE5, and that's 172,000.
Can I also just say sorry to everyone listening?
That's a good. Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, sorry guys.
This is what this is kind of what we're talking about today. I might put. I'll tell you what. This is so egregious. I might actually just say, if you do not care about tanks, skip to. I'll put it. Yeah, I'll put an annotation in the description.
It'll be like halfway through the episode. Okay, right. Oh yeah, I'll try and wrap this up. But yeah, our top one's like.
No, the most expensive. We'll put the disclaimer in. We can just keep going now.
It would be like 200 to 250,000 experience. But our and yeah, like then it's like 140,000, 100,000, 40,000 for like each tier behind. But our exchange rate normally is 25 experience to 1 gold.
Oh, we have. I'm looking at it now. 45 experience to 1 gold.
Yeah, so we're on the Christmas event. And this is the highest exchange I've ever seen it, which is 40 experience to 1 gold. But normally it's 25. But yeah, I haven't felt that. It's definitely, I wouldn't free experience. I did free experience up to like tier 8 for the Progetto. Sorry, for the Pantera, which is the Italian. But I would typically do it to like tier 6 or tier 7. Because it does get very uneconomical. Like, the point for me to... If I were to, like, not including... Okay, it would cost 10,000 gold, so, like, £30, so, like, 35 euros, to pay for the free experience to get, like, a competitive high-tier, top-tier tank. And that's not including all the other tanks before it. So to do a full line, it would probably be, like, £60 worth of gold.
Well... Looking at the yeah, so it's going to cost me around 9,000 gold to get to like fully tech tree to get the M1A2 Abrams, not including the modules.
And how much does that cost in money?
$50.
Yeah, so
I'm pretty sure that's 50 US.
Yeah, so that seems to be a bit lower than ours. But
yeah, what? Fuck that. Let's play the game. Play the game.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing with free experience. Well, you have to play the game anyway to get the experience. So.
Yeah, but I can dunk on kids in aircraft and then buy my way through the tanks. Or I could just buy the XM1 prototype for that $50 and have a premium tank that's basically just slightly not as good as all the Abrams, because it's the prototype Abrams.
It is interesting that, like you were saying, I have like 40 million.
I don't. Actually, I have 20 million.
I have like 20 million, but for us, like the number is only shown when you've actually spent that gold. You have to spend the gold first, and that becomes like your sort of active free experience. The problem is that both like the one attached to the tank, which you can't use for anything, and then after you've paid the gold to convert it, both things are called free experience, even though they're, one of them is basically useless and one of them is very useful. So, yeah. Oh, and there's a French wheelie tank. That's like tier 2.
Oh, and as for like training crews with gold, that doesn't take free XP. I can just buy like crew skill points.
We can. It takes. Okay, so all right. Let me look. So I'm looking at the French wheelie has 2 guys needed. So if I wanted to recruit a commander, so I don't have a commander at all, it would be. I can get a 50% commander for free, a 75% commander for 20,000 silver. So, and then 100% commander for 200 gold. and that 200 gold is like, I don't know, 20 pence, 10 pence, something like that. It's like 10 cents or something, 20 cents. And this is probably, I would say, one of the worst mechanics World of Tanks has, which is you need your crews to be 100% to essentially get the 100% out of the stats of the tank. So if I had a 75% crew, then its fire rate would be lower, its accuracy would be lower because the gunner wouldn't be as good, and things like that. So it has actual effects, and this is really bad for new players as well who don't know how fucking crews work and can't afford to get good crews.
Well,
but then
we've got a weird one with that as well. Is the crews gain experience over their entire career.
Yeah.
So it's
same.
like because you say it like, so you have the crew, you put it in a tank, and unless you get it, wait, is that when you say that you're buying the 50% crew, that's not like changing crews out, is it?
What do you mean?
So like, let's say you had the crew in your, and he was like, and it was like 100% in your tier 5 medium tank. Then you researched your tier 6 medium tank.
Yeah.
Would he be reset if he goes to the tier 6?
He would be marked in red, and he would be 75%. Now, I can retrain him, and it's the exact same prices, and I can retrain him for that tank. And it would be free retraining. He would be 80% to 20,000 gold, 20,000 credits. He would be 90%, and then for the 200 gold, he would be 100%. So to move to another tank, you effectively have to pay 200 gold per member. A lot of crews are like 5 members, so 1,000 gold essentially. Yeah. Again, and the big lure with premium tanks is as long as it's the same nation and the same class of tank, you don't have to retrain them. So you can put any crew in there for any tank in that line, and they can still play in that and get experience. But this is only for, you only pay in this case for the basic up to 100%, and then from there you learn skills. So one of them, I know you guys don't have the same vision mechanics, but it's like Sixth Sense, which tells you if an enemy has spotted you after 5 seconds. You've got skills that like improve your loading, improve your view range, improve
Okay, so it is
how
basically, yeah. So we just don't have the that fucking debuff. Well, but then again, we don't necessarily have perks either.
Right.
Like, I just like you get experience playing the game on a crew. You use the experience to like increase weapon reloading, leadership, fucking targeting and range finding, which is not spotting.
Yeah.
But basically, you basically just put your cursor somewhere and they're like, oh, that's 900 meters. Now I know how to aim. Cool.
Yeah. One thing I should say though is that the only statistic, so it's only that percentage, which is their ability to use the tank well. When you move them to another tank, any skills they've learned, they won't be able to be used until the crew is 100%, but they don't lose those skills. They don't lose the experience they've earned by you just playing the game.
Okay, so it's not 100% retarded.
Yeah. So it keeps all of that, but this is why I say it's such a huge problem for new players. You get your tier 2 or your tier 3, and you can't afford to even get that 75% crew. You have to get those 50% crews, and you suddenly don't know why all your tank stats are marked in red, and your tank plays like shit. And there's people going around. I mean, obviously, because you're a new player, but it's also because players who can get good crews and seal clubbers, just want to beat new players, will have good crews and will have all of that.
It's not that I want to beat new players. I just want to fucking win.
Yeah, no, but it's more of a World of Tanks thing where there's very few reasons to play low tiers once you've unlocked higher tiers. Like tier 6 onwards.
I mean, I play it just to de-stress.
So you do want to just beat up on new players.
Well, not necessarily to beat up on new players, but like the play style from, you know, a go-kart with a 105 that's lobbing, you know, insta-kill shit, to going back to something like a fucking, like, a go-kart with a 37mm, essentially. Just everything slows down, you could relax a bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, like the only times I play low tiers is when I play with like Sleepy or Potato and things like that. And they're obviously starting out, so I'll play low tiers with them. But yeah, like for tier 6, so tier 6 is like the T3485, the Sherman M4A1.
Yeah, I think I've established at this point
E8.
it's basically just useless to try and compare these things, because
Yeah.
the way the way you handle guns is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm just trying to give you kind of the because they do follow at least broadly kind of historical, maybe.
Like,
so it's like
like
kind of that like mid-war tanks is like tier 6.
The thing that bothers me is like our T-34s range from like just before the World War starts to basically when the war ends.
Yeah.
Like there's T-34, then there's T-34 1941, T-34 1942, T-34E STZ, T-34 57, T-34 85 D5T, then T-34 85. Then we've got T-44.
That's a lot of T-34s.
Yeah. You basically, like, my early Russian days was basically just 4 T-34s in a lineup.
Like,
it's fucking disgusting.
One of the good things, at least about World of Tanks, is that a lot of the variations of the tanks, you can get like just by the modules, you know. So unless the actual silhouette, like the hull of the tank changes, the tank itself doesn't really change.
Well, that's
like
kind of a like if you look at like the silhouette doesn't change between the T-34 from 1940 to the T-34 85, but I mean it does. It's like the turret's fucking massive, and also the entire hull itself actually gets bigger.
Yeah, so the tank does change.
Yeah, but I thought you could get like the 85, or like you just research the T-34 and then you get like all the fucking guns to research.
We only have 2 T-34s.
Okay. No, well you have
you
have T-34, then T-34 85M. Yes, no, maybe.
Okay, no, the M is the premium tier 6.
Okay.
So it's the T-34 and then the T-34 85.
We're learning.
And the T-34 has the T-34 has 4 guns and 2 turrets, and the T-34 85 also has 4 guns and 2 turrets. So the turrets sometimes change look, sometimes don't really. But yeah, so yeah, our T-34 85 has a 76mm, an 85mm, 122mm, and a better 85mm. And our T-34 has a 76, 76, and 57, and a 76. So, yeah. Is that enough tank talk?
Yeah, I think we'll call it there.
How long has it been? It's only been like 50 minutes.
Hello, and welcome to the Sad Beer on Guy podcast.
I liked it though. It was good chat. Good talk.
Yeah.
Informative. I didn't know that about. I didn't know a lot of that.
If you fucking played it.
War Thunder. You'd know if you fucking played World of Tanks, you fucking noggin.
Could you imagine? I played World of Warships, which is basically the same thing. Same business model.
Yeah. Yeah, but they've kind of tried to distance it a bit. There's an active distancing. So it used to be like my gold would count as the gold in World of Warships. and now they've
And then
changed
they
it. So
realized they could charge twice as
Yeah.
much money.
But the thing, but the thing is, for World of Warplanes, which is literally, they don't. The only reason World of Warplanes exists, or World of Planes, I can't remember which one it's actually called. The only reason that exists is because War Thunder exists, and so there has to be a kind of counter. But I don't think anyone plays it. I've never met anyone who actually like. I talk to so many people who play World of Tanks and World of Warships, and like none of them have ever played. Oh, I've ever played World of Warplanes. But
I mean that's.
But all of my like gold and whatever counts on World of Warplanes. But not warships.
But I'll be honest, the aircraft is kind of dwindling in in War Thunder as well. Just because it's
really.
Well, I mean, like the reality is, there's just more tank autists out there than there is plane autists, or at least plane autists that are young enough to still play video games. And beyond that, it's much more complex. Like you actually have. I mean, I don't want to try and like have this superiority complex, but tanks compared to fucking aircraft is just brain dead.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you look at shit, you shoot shit. And you hopefully rely on armor. Like, obviously there is like thought that goes into positioning and angling and, you know, like map knowledge and shit. But it's nothing compared to, you know, being in basically the wide open and trying to. I mean, the only way I can describe it is the same way I describe RTS, and people who are fans of fighting games describe fighting games as basically just forcing your opponent into an unwinnable position. And it requires just a fucking tremendous amount of knowledge of your plane, the enemy's plane, map, or the other motherfuckers around you. And then you've actually got to try and hit the cunt.
Yeah.
It's a beautifully frustrating piece of shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's you can already think of it like there's a whole another dimension as well. Like, of course, it's.
Yes, I have. I quite literally, I have the high ground.
But I've just looked up the World of Warplanes playing number statistics. So this is just Steam. So most people don't play on Steam, to be fair. But in the last 30 days, average players has been 93.
That's
and peak
okay.
players
To be fair, that has to be a comfy as fuck community.
Well, okay, so I've just looked at some forums, and so in America, the average player base is under 5,000. Okay, the active player base in America is about 5,000 unique players, for like 2017. And World of Tanks, it's something more like 100,000. So
I want to check the tick trace.
And NA is like the smallest server, I should say as well.
Yeah. I want to check out their tick trace.
But yeah, everyone's just saying on the forum. Oh yeah, they actually removed the online play account. So in like World of Tanks, I don't know if it's the same with War Thunder, but in the top left, it'll say how many people are on the server. So right now there's 73,000 people on EU1 and 167,000 on the EU server right now. And apparently in World of Warplanes, they removed the counter because there were so few. So that's a big oof. But yeah, it must be comfy.
Okay, this tick tree is confusing me. So, yeah, you start with P12, okay, and so tier 1 is shit. Tier 2 is basically where War Thunder starts. You have the F2 Buffaloes and the P2. I'm looking at the Americans, by the way, for this. And so then you get a bunch of like the point where there's like a cross between monoplanes and biplanes. F2As in tier 3, F3s, P35s. The fuck is this? And we get, okay, tier 4 is where it starts getting interesting. We've got P36s. Oh, they do get bombers. Okay. But they get the B-17D, the P-17G, and the B-32. So there's not even a fucking... None of the... Oh, dude, they have the flying pancake. Oh.
Okay, I feel like probably how everybody else feels when we're talking about tanks, which is I don't play planes, I know nothing, right? I know Spitfire good, Zero bad, Messerschmitt bad, German gun makes sounds, German plane as it goes down.
Just go Google the XF5U.
Okay, XF5U. Images. That's a funky looking plane.
That's the pancake. World of Warplanes gets the pancake and we don't.
Damn, better game confidence. Okay, I've actually looked at the European statistics. Sorry, I'm cutting back, but the European statistics should be better. And it looks like on the day, so this was more recent as well, so this is just last year. 4,000, around 4,000 players logged in the day. And on average, there was about between 304 and 453 players online at one time per hour. So, yeah, like if I log in at like 5 in the morning of World of Tanks, it's typically double or triple that. And right now it's, 73,000. And that's just one of the 2 servers in the EU. So that's like half of it. So that's pretty dead. Oof.
I mean, so I'm looking through it now. Like, it starts and finishes kind of like how old War Thunder ended, where it starts with shitty bioplanes and it ends on the F-86 Sabres, which is basically the Korean War jets. A very good Korean War jet, I will say that. But yeah, they do have some interesting ones in here, ones that we don't have yet, that look really fucking nice, like the XF90, the F7U. I've lost him, boys. He's...
I don't know what you... I mean, I was just listening.
Okay.
The XFU.
So I'm looking at... So they have USSR, Germany, USA, Japan, UK, China, and Europe. Honestly, Europe is...
Well...
It's a combination of France, Czechoslovakia, Poland, Israel, and Sweden.
In one tech tree?
In one tech tree. That's the Europe tech tree.
Well, question, where do they put the Eurofighter? Oh wait, no, I know you said it ends at the...
Yeah, no, Eurofighter is dead. So, it basically ends, or it starts with a shitty French biplane. And then there's not a fucking lot else. Obviously, I'm just looking at thumbnails at this point. I think I don't know what this is. The NC 1070. It looks like it might be a jet, but I don't fucking... It's not a jet. This is some fucking abomination. It's like the autistic brainchild of an American P-61.
And
it has 2... Oh, Dude, could you imagine if they added this to War Thunder? This is like the most autistic thing of when worlds collide.
Alright, show me.
It's a post-war twin-engine fighter that has, in War Thunder terms, it has some of the best jet cannons in the game, while simultaneously having some of the worst propeller-based cannons in the game on the same fucking aircraft.
It just looks normal.
It does not look normal.
It's got a spoiler. It's got a pretty sick spoiler, dude.
Is this what your fair enough, I showed you the pancake and now thinking, oh look, it's got 2 wings and a propeller. It's alright.
I told you, Spitfire good, Messerschmitt bad. That's my knowledge.
Shine is about what you'd expect. Not a single fucking original idea.
Based China. Just stealing everyone's shit.
So we go America. I think that's Italian. Then you got Japan, then you got America, then Britain, then America, then shit they stole from the Soviets. Amazing. So,
I like it how we went from 2 people talking about shit nobody cares about to just 1 person talking about shit that no one cares about. It's fucking great. No. What's the English like? What's the British like? Come on.
I don't know. I've clicked out of it. I don't want to know anymore.
Oh. It seems like everybody likes the game, though. Like, who play it. The few people who play it.
Yeah, it's because everyone who doesn't fucking left.
It's totally not like a sunken cost fallacy or whatever. Just... damn it, they've got like 4 Spitfires.
Oh, do you think that's...
Oh, like 5 Spitfires. Yeah, I say this, I don't know anything about planes.
Dude,
right?
We have... Hang on, let me count them through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15... 15. We have 15 Spitfires in the British tree alone. That's not including the Italian Spitfire, the American Spitfire. I think the Germans have a Spitfire. Hang on. Where is it? To my knowledge, the Germans do not have a Spitfire. Russians have a Spitfire, though.
Yeah, Lend-Lease. That makes sense. I'm just looking at pictures of somebody painted this flying pancake bright yellow.
Japanese do not have a Spitfire. Chinese do not have a Spitfire. Feels good, man. French don't have a Spitfire, and Swedish don't have anything. But there's a lot of fucking Spitfires in the game.
Makes sense. It's the best plane ever made. As totally not every British person is told from birth. Let's not talk about that fucking fuel engine problem.
It depends on the Spitfire, in my humble opinion. Like, all the Spitfires that went through the war, I hate them in game. Like every Spitfire that's running a Merlin engine, I don't like it. The Griffin Spitfires, the Spitfires basically made at the arse end of the war and after the war. I love them. They're fucking beautiful. But Merlin Spits, fuck off.
Right, can I just say, one of the coolest moments of my life, which maybe just shows how depressed my life is being at an air show.
I went to the grocery store by myself and I bought a packet of chips No, crisps. Crisps. He brought a packet of
Wow.
crisps.
Wow. How could you insult my culture like that? Was going to an air show and we have the red arrows. Do like
I feel like we've talked about this before.
Maybe, probably, but what do you call it? We heard like we definitely have talked about this. We heard like they had all the World War II planes come out, Spitfire and all that. And then, like, the Hurricane came out, and obviously they fucking blasted, here I am, boom, 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 and, like, just, like 5 or 6 Hurricanes just get out. It was fucking awesome. Like, 7-year-old me was like, I want to be a pilot. That's it, that's my story.
And then
Very
he found out he was colorblind, and they told him to fuck off.
Colorblind, short-sighted, too tall. Feels bad. Too tall to fly.
Poor circulation.
Yeah, too tall to fly a plane, not tall enough to actually be tall. Feels bad, man. 5'11", 6 foot, king of the manlet.
Wait, is there actually height restrictions on pilots?
I don't know. I doubt it now, but it used to be a big thing. In the British, used to be you had to be under 5'9", 5'10" to fit in the cockpit. I know for like all astronauts are short. I know that. But I'm for pilots.
It might be a cardiovascular thing. I don't know.
I doubt it's that big of a deal now with these big old jet fighters, but for those like
kind of the reason that it's as bad as it. They need it now more than ever.
Oh, do they? I don't know anything. Height requirements. For pilots.
That might change if/when the F-35 project ever comes to fruition, because that thing is not meant to dogfight. If you're dogfighting in an F-35, you've fucked up.
Yeah. I'm looking at it now. Apparently, you need to be 64, so that's 5'4". 5'4" to like 6'1".
So
which isn't too bad.
I'm barely out of it. Shit.
I could be a pilot.
You could be a pilot. I could be a. I could probably be a commercial pilot.
Yeah. No, dude. I even fit the weight requirements. Bam! I'm not too fat to be a pilot. Feels good, man. I'm signing up now.
I think when they put that weight requirement, that's for muscle, not fat.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'll just slot in, I'll fucking wear what's what do like men who have to wear a corset but they don't want to call it a corset call it? There's a specific term for it. It's in the Death of Stalin.
I'll be honest. A corset is again the last thing you want to be fucking wearing.
It's not. There's no problem wearing a corset in like 30,000 feet. What are you on about?
It's either going to. I don't actually know, but it's either going to severely hinder the use of a G-suit, or it's going to help it. I don't know which though, but I'm leaning towards hinder.
No matter what it is, you'll look absolutely fabulous. That's all that matters, right? Imagine, right? Imagine you're a French peasant, right, in the countryside, and you're just walking, and you just see a pilot stuck in a tree, and he's just wearing a fucking corset. I mean, what would go through your head then?
Alright, let's... New Zealand Defence Careers. General Health. You'll be required to complete other health checks throughout the application process, including having full medical with an approved doctor. Medical information will be reviewed by the Defence Force doctor to ensure that you meet military health standards. Medical history is confidential and we won't divulge to anyone who is not authorized to hold the information. In some cases, in cases your preferred role may not be available due to particular health requirements of the trade. In that case, your candidate coordinator may discuss other vaccinations. Be vaccinated. Vaccinate your kids. Alright?
Yeah.
Okay, your minimum acceptable height is 1.52 meters. There is no maximum height. Well, this is defense
That's
force.
5. Yeah, that's 5
Like
feet.
this is defense forces, so this isn't necessarily pilots specifically, but there is no height limitation on the upper end. But applicants over 1.96 meters may be unsuitable for specific trades. Maximum acceptable weight is 125 kgs. Acceptable BMI is between 18 and 33. However, you may consider BMIs up to 36 if on assessment the BMI is found to be due to large muscle bulk.
That's me, dude. That's me. I'm just bulking, you know.
Let's hang on. Oh right, because we let women into the army and their fitness test is less than ours. Great.
Yeah.
It's a good thing my country's never going to fucking war. By the way, I don't know if I've fucking... Have I ever told you how shit our army is? We have no fun things. Like, there's not a single offensive capable aircraft in our entire military.
But I mean, like...
Our entire air force is literally just like search and rescue planes and trainer aircraft so that we can then like be sent off to Australia to work for them.
What, just a massive, just cooked state?
I know.
Feels bad, man.
Like, a fucking B-29 could bring my country to its knees, and there's nothing we could do to stop it except ring up Australia and be like, "Hey, can you send one of those over?" Thanks.
You know what you need, right? Like, imagine, Brenton, you wouldn't have done it if you guys had a capable air force. You know that, right?
What?
They brought it on themselves. He couldn't have shot anything up if he was just bombed.
No, start from the beginning. I have no idea what the fuck you said.
Brenton Tarrant.
Oh, I thought you said Britain.
Oh no.
And I was like...
That's just my accent.
It's like, what the fuck does the UK have to do with it? Are you bringing up like World War II or some shit?
No, I'm just making a shit Brenton Tarrant joke. Okay. That's it. Okay. I'm just forcing him in here. What wouldn't have happened if he was just bombed?
Oh, fuck. It's gone silent all of a sudden.
I was gonna say, yeah, so we've met our tank quota, we've met our plane quota.
Yeah, you...
What else is there to talk about?
You put this off, and you mentioned a few things that we could talk about.
Yeah, most of them didn't happen. My brother didn't come over.
Oh, okay. So your brother's actually moved out now. Because I missed this. Like, there was a point where you basically were such a passive-aggressive cunt enough that he just said, I'm going to go back to my boyfriend's for the weekend, and I haven't heard about him since.
Yeah, so he started spending more time with his boyfriends, and he said he's just going to be gone for a few days. No, at his boyfriend, apostrophe S.
Okay.
Come on. You knew what I meant.
No, I didn't. Like, gay people fucking go for anything, in my opinion, so...
Right. He's been spending more time at his boyfriend's house.
Okay.
And who he was living with before. And yeah, he said he was going to be gone for a few days, but he ended up being gone for like 2 weeks. And then he came back, and then he went back again, and then he came back. And it just happened really abruptly. He was just like, alright, I've got his friend Tobias coming, and he's going to pick up all my stuff.
Tobias!
And so he left the next day.
Have you been ringing up the fucking States?
I don't get this reference, sorry, dude.
You know the $500 dues thing from The Simpsons?
Kind of.
Anyway, like the kid in that skit is called Tobias.
Okay. Huh. Was that the episode? Yeah, that was the episode where they went to Australia, right? And got kicked in the arse.
Probably.
Right?
I don't know.
I haven't watched Simpsons in a long time.
Same. I don't think anyone does now.
Well, it's still going, so they must. Right. I don't, anyway, yeah.
We're not including normies in this.
Yeah, true. Fucking normies. Oh yeah, but Tobias is a massive furry. He wears a dog collar. Unironically. I don't know why you'd ironically wear one, but yeah. Yeah, my brother just fucked off. That's it. And me very happy. Apart from he didn't do the dishes, and he promised he'd do the dishes, and he didn't do them.
I'll just do the fucking dishes. It'll take like 20
I
minutes.
have done the dishes.
Good.
Of course. Yeah, I didn't fucking wait. But he said, I'll do the dishes.
I thought you would have been like, you know what? I'm just gonna fucking leave them there till he fucking does them.
I'm just gonna spite him. Yeah. No, I needed my dishes. I need to eat. But yeah, so we had an election. I guess we could talk about that.
Alright. I'll be honest, I'm not as impressed. But I think that mostly has to do with just, British people being British. Like, you're never gonna see, like, the people who were just, like, bawling their fucking eyes out when Trump won. Like, obviously there was, like, the Twitter reactions of, like, fuck you, white racist pieces of shit.
Yeah.
And whatever, but it's not the same as... Actually, I had to find the video yesterday because I wanted to... Because I needed to figure out if the person who was crying was actually a guy or a girl. Hang on. Wait.
If it's the one I'm thinking of, it's a girl.
Yeah, it is.
If it's the one I've got burnt into my brain, it's definitely a girl.
Has... Also, thank God for Discord search function being back. Here it is.
I know. So fucking... Dude, fucking Discord.
Although there is like a 3-day gap where just nothing exists.
Wait, really? Oh wait, hang on. Wait, what days?
Like the days where they had like the downtime.
Yeah, but I'm gonna search for it. So what days were it?
I don't fucking remember. But all I remember is just like once the search function was back, anything that happened in those days I couldn't search for.
Yeah, I've looked on the 9th, and apparently one message was made, and that was Kibo saying,
"Mama,
that's a cutie. That's a cutie" to a picture of a Fallout girl with big tits.
Oh, nice. Show me the picture.
Okay. Copy. Podcast. Oh, I haven't seen this one. Hold on, let me watch this. Yeah. Oh, have I not seen this? Oh. She just keeps screaming no.
How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes.
Oh. Fuck me, that's beautiful. Anyway, yeah, the election. Fucking Tories won. It's a big win.
Brexit soon, TM.
Yeah. If people are wondering who I voted for, which I doubt anyone is, because I'm pretty sure anybody who watches this would know, but I did vote Tory. But I voted Tory in a very Labour area, so my vote didn't matter. Labour still won by like 60, like still got like 60% of the vote. So yeah, but yeah. So technically, I won the vote. So. But yeah, we don't really know what's going to happen. Well, I don't know because I don't follow politics too much.
Well,
I literally
the seventh seal is going to be broken. Hell will be let loose upon the land. Pestilence will. I don't know where I'm supposed to be going with this.
Yeah, basically, I'm sure. But yeah, like I voted Tory because I made a poll, and the poll totally was not rigged. It totally was not rigged. Okay, I'm gonna ask you straight up: did you rig the poll?
No. Fuck, man, I don't even remember who I voted for. I'm pretty sure I went for like Brexit, but that was it.
Yeah, okay, so on the day before when I made my like fucking thing, when I announced it, it was like Brexit Party with 7, UKIP with 4, Greens with like 5, and then Labour and Conservatives with 2, and Lib Dems with 1. And then I went on it, and there were like 20 overall votes or something like that. And then I went on it like 12 hours later, and it was suddenly 42 votes, with Conservatives who previously had 2 votes now had 14 votes. So,
really gets.
I think. Sorry.
Really gets the noggin jogging.
Yeah. Thinking, Mike. Yeah. So, but I am a man of democracy, so I did. I voted Conservative. Oh yeah. So I even say I think there's been some double votes since I doubt 19 people care. So and then, but in the election tomorrow, I'll either vote Brexit or Greens. Depends if Greta's nudes get leaked.
Which
and that was
were, unfortunately.
And that was 1942. So, and then the next day at 10:18. So I was kind of already suspicious that 19 people had voted. I was like, well, the vote was definitely rigged. So, yeah. Yeah, it's not that interesting. It wasn't close.
Well, it's UK politics. It's not really that funny.
Yeah, I have to live it. This is my life. Feels bad, man.
I don't know how. I don't know. I feel like I should be obliged to ask questions. So how's Corbyn doing?
He kind of said that he's gonna step down. Basically said he won't be Labour leader for the next election, but the chances that a re-election is going to happen, like an early election, is very slim. So that gives him like a 5-year window. Also, okay, right, I'll go into opinions here then. It was Corbyn that Corbyn lost the election massively. Yeah, no shit. It was Corbyn. Oh, fuck off, right? Like, it wasn't that Tories were really good. It was that Corbyn in the last 2 years has done everything to alienate the Labour vote base, which is very big. Sorry?
Well, the core, I was going to say.
Yeah. So, Labour used to be the party of, like, the working man. And then it kind of went to the more, like, centrist. So, New Labour, like Tony Blair and all that. And, but the thing is, Corbyn's, like, old school. He's, like, old school communist, sort of whatever. And he hates the EU. But he hates the EU for very different reasons. It's, like, for, like, very socialist reasons. So he doesn't want to be part of the EU. But the people who vote Labour were the people who typically voted Remain. But a good amount of them did vote Leave as well. So Corbyn decided a policy of neutrality, that he wouldn't commit to what Labour would do. Maybe a second election, but that was the most, right? And for an election that was built so much on Brexit, being neutral on Brexit is a huge fucking deal. So it's the worst result for Labour since 1930. And it's the best result for the Conservatives since Margaret Thatcher. So...
Margaret Thatcher, the cum catcher. I take it you haven't heard that green text before, have you?
No, I haven't. Well, not off the top of my head.
So apparently some kid went to another kid's house. He was a weird kid, and his house fucking stunk horrendously. He hated his time there, but he woke up in the middle of the night to go grab something, and he heard a bunch of noises coming from the kid's parents' room. And it's just his dad getting fucked in the ass by his mum with the massive fucking strap on, and the dad's just screaming, "Call me Margaret Thatcher, the cum catcher."
I don't know. I don't know what to say to that.
Every time Margaret Thatcher's mentioned, that just comes to mind.
Well, that's good, because now whenever Margaret Thatcher's named, that's going to come to my mind now. So thank you for that.
The Silicon Lady, as they call her.
Fuck off. Oh.
Let's see if I can Google it. Oh yeah, here we go. Alan Sleeps goes to a sleepover on the R4chan. Reddit, such a wonderful website. There we go. Wait, no podcast, not that channel. Shit.
Oh, wait, whoa, urgent question.
Nani?
Is Cheongsam Type 95 for sale?
Oh, no. But yes, but no. But no. No.
What?
I don't think so. No.
What are you saying?
So, I have a bunch of black cards.
Fuck you.
So, I have, like, the thing is, a lot of the black card exchanges I don't that interesting. Like because if there's a skin that interests me, I'll fucking buy it when it's there. I'm not gonna wait for it to maybe go on fucking sale.
Yeah.
Wait,
how many black cards? Oh, don't tell me it's a 6 black carder.
It's 8.
Is it live 2D?
Yes.
Oh fuck! I don't have it. I was like, oh, I might have 3. I might be able to get it.
No, three will get you one of the low tier doll ones.
Yeah.
Five gets you the popular vote, and then 8 is for live 2D.
Yeah, I didn't know.
That being said, on the 17th, apparently all skins, like all bundle skins, so the ones you just buy with gens you don't roll for, go on sale.
On the 17th?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you were talking about this, yeah. Wait, all?
All except collab is what the update said.
Wait, so is it only skins that have been in bundles before? Or like all skins?
The bundle skins.
But
So,
is
like,
Cheongsam a bundle skin?
No, because it's live today. Live today's never bundle skins.
Oh, yeah.
So
Sorry, I'm used to Azalea now.
yeah, so Type 97's Cheongsam will go on sale.
Okay, I'll get that.
Type
No, I already have that. Fuck.
Type 95's Bikini.
I already have that. Fuck. Fuck. God damn it! I'm so pissed. That's like the only. I think that's literally like. I can't talk. Wedding Vector. And Cheongsam Type 59.
I could get Wedding Vector, but I just don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Also, I'm sorry, listeners. I'm sorry that this entire podcast has been an hour of tank autism and then like 15 minutes of British politics, followed by however the fuck long this moment is gonna go for.
Don't forget the plain autism.
I'm including that in the tanks, but like, I do not apologize often, as SSG is very aware of. But I'm sorry.
Fuck me.
If it makes you all feel better, I do have better plans for the next episode.
Well, we have better plans. Don't take all the credit.
I haven't told you what the plans yet, have I? So it's my plan.
Well,
Shut the fuck up.
No, because we talked about it and you said those were what we were going to do. So I already talked about it. So they're our plan.
Wait, what did I say about it?
Maybe
okay, so
you can announce it.
Well, do we have anything we want to actually talk about today?
Mm.
And we'll make the holiday plans the final bit of this podcast.
I might buy some more World of Tanks loot box.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
No. Oh fuck! This might be the best podcast we've ever done. Best episode.
No, this is the worst. This episode.
Oh fuck me!
This episode's so bad. I actually apologized.
I think Woods apologized to me once in the entire time we've known each other.
And that's still more than most people get.
I know. I am privileged to have that. But yeah, this episode has been something else. No, like politics, but yeah, that's not that interesting, really. We've already done that, so.
Well, the issue is I can't take politics seriously.
What do you mean?
I try to get a serious answer out of me on politics. You fucking can't. The entire thing is nothing but a fucking meme to me.
Well, probably says more about you than.
Well, yes, that was the point.
Did you not like hear me realize halfway through saying that and just like stop? Because I was like, this makes no sense. Of course it does. I can't fucking do this. My brain's fried. Oh fuck me! I'm literally, my eyes are watering. Oh god damn it. Oh.
So, the holiday season is approaching.
Yeah.
I know, you got any plans?
I bought a book on trains yesterday.
Are you giving it to someone, or is that just...
No, that's personal consumption. I like trains.
Fuck's sake.
Like... Yeah.
We truly live in the post-Tomska era.
Plans for Christmas. My mum's coming up on like the 20th, 21st. So I have to get the house and all that sorted.
Do the dishes.
Dishes are done.
Yeah, but will
Rest
they
of
be
the
done
house isn't.
again before she get fucking... You have...
No, right. No.
10
I
days.
do the dishes as soon as I eat. As soon as I do the dishes as soon as I eat.
You're better than me.
Well, no, alright, I'll fully admit I have left the dishes for long times, in the past, and I've paid the price for that. So,
Like
it's
washing the
learned from
dishes.
experience. Yeah, it's learned from experience that it's quite hard to wash mold off, so I should just do them.
Yeah.
But I might make, well,
go on.
I was just gonna make a shit joke. I might make 20 dishes and then have my brother come back and tell him to fucking do them. Just out of spite. But yeah, you were gonna say?
No, I wasn't gonna say anything.
But you were.
Sorry, I'm... Man, let's link
What?
Kim Possible hentai, and I'm just looking at it.
The artifacting on the text really adds a lot. Oh.
Artifacting is how you know it's good. It's just...
Rip artifact, dude. Reminds me.
Were you actually
Rip
interested in it at all?
I streamed it. You watched.
Did I?
You watched me. Yes, you did. How could you forget?
Maybe just
that one
memorable.
stream you watched over a year ago.
Has it been over a year since Artifact came out?
Yeah, it was like October, I think, last year.
Oh shit.
I don't think, it's... I wonder if people still play it.
Probably. I don't care though.
Yeah.
So, you got family coming up, and...
Yeah.
Great. Good for
I've got to prepare for potato. That's about it, really.
That's nice.
Yeah, not much. What about you?
Probably gonna do fuck all until I go out to dinner with my stepmother. And then that's it. I'll probably just sit on here during Boxing Day, which will be like Christmas for everyone else, and just be lonely because no one's gonna fucking be here.
I'll be here. Don't you worry.
No, if you show up, I'm gonna tell you to fuck off.
What do you mean? Why? It's my server. You can't tell me to fuck off.
I can and I will. Go spend time with your family.
But they're coming on the 20th. I would have spent 5 days with them. I'm not saying I'm going to be there all day. I'm just saying, I'm not going to be with family all day.
But it's Christmas. It's apparently what you're supposed to do.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart. But the very next day,
you shut the fuck
gave
up.
It away.
I know you.
Yeah. To save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special.
I'm pretty sure that means I just lost Whamageddon.
What's Whamageddon?
Apparently it was a thing that was set up with, some guy posted an image in, the shitposting channel of a server, and it's sign up for Whamageddon. Basically, you have to go as long as you can through Christmas without listening to Last Christmas.
Oh shit.
And
I know you've gone out though. You can't. You can't consider what I just did singing, so you're fine.
No, I think it's basically if you recognize it, you fucked up.
Well, you did that yourself. You should have just been like, what?
So yeah, I've been 15 days.
That's a good one. Sorry, if I knew that, I wouldn't have done it. But such is life. I'm just looking at this Kim Possible picture. It's very distracting.
Yeah, hang on. Oh. All right. Let's go. I forget if this is one of the ones that everyone remembers. Like, it's just that popular. Like, is this Emergence or what? I don't know. Fuck it. Let's find out. Edit. No.
We'll find out.
Hang on. It is. God, I suck at URLs. I forget that In Hentai doesn't have a G for gallery. It doesn't exist.
Yeah, because I just put 6 random numbers.
We're not up to the 4s yet, motherfucking.
Why did you realize?
I don't know, because I apparently the highest we're at right now is 293735. Which is an untranslated lolicon dojin involving mosaic scenes to ship and sex toys. And a blowjob.
Confession. I just get the sad panda. I've never tried to get off that sad panda, so I've never been on an hentai.
In Hentai doesn't have sad panda.
Oh. I've never been on a hentai. Like, picture. We've talked about this before, I'm sure. Pictures just don't do it for me. You know?
It's not about jerking off, it's about reading. Expand your game.
Reading's bad.
Says the faggot that just bought a book about trains.
I look at the pretty pictures of the Flying Dutchman.
Flying Dutchman's a boat, not a fucking train.
Fuck off! What are you on about? The Flying Dutchman is also a train, named after the pirate.
Named after the boat.
I actually live next to the Flying Scotsman, which is a sister train to the Flying Dutchman.
But it drinks and smokes more.
Yeah, and
it's just
eat shortbread.
Generally
and
unpleasant to be around.
Asks you for 72p for the bus. Oh, that's a Brit meme. Doesn't matter.
I think it translates well enough to every other culture.
Well, like homeless, like drug addicts asking you for really specific amounts of money for the bus.
Yeah,
that's good. It's good to know it's universal.
This is such a shit episode.
It's not. It's great.
Fuck. I feel like I have failed. This is I honestly don't know if this is worse than the phoning it in episode.
That was pretty bad. But at least you know what we did on the phoning it in though is that after like 50 minutes, I'm pretty sure we just called it. This one we've kept going.
Yeah. So anyway, look. The plan for Christmas going forward is fucking nothing. There's nothing's happening during Christmas. Come the plan for the episode is basically the Video Game Awards. Because I didn't watch the Video Game Awards, because fuck watching the Video Game Awards.
Wait, are we just doing video games?
No, but Video Game Awards was the thing that just happened recently, so basically your shit of the year.
Okay.
Although I'm gonna put in the stipulation, it doesn't actually have to be from this year.
So you're gonna pick War Thunder, and I'm gonna pick World of Tanks.
No. So I was gonna say it doesn't have to be from this year, but it has to be something you only experienced this year.
Why am I thinking of an answer now? I don't have to give it for fuck me.
Dude, I mean, I've had this plan for like a month and a half now, and I'm still thinking of my fucking answer. But yeah, so just like, generic shit. movie of the year, anime of the year, TV show of the
Right.
year, video game of the year.
Yeah, so it doesn't have to be things we did that came out this year, but it has to be things
Yeah, for the first. So
we watched.
I mean,
this
I've
year.
played War Thunder since before 2019, so I can't say War Thunder.
Yeah. Yeah. Same. I can't say War Thunder either.
Spoilers: the movie of the year is Joker. I'll just put that one out there now. Can you feasibly come up with an answer that isn't Joker?
I was gonna say like Joker's probably gonna be mine. No, I'll do it. I'll think of one.
Well,
actually,
you're
no. I've actually watched a lot of films this year, so if it doesn't have to be this year, then like from this year, then
I'll be honest. I think the only movie I watched this year is Joker.
based. I just can't wait for the actual release of it so I can count those fucking bullets. It's all I've been thinking about.
I don't know. I
What?
feel like I have watched another movie this year, but it was an anime movie.
What, Kimi no Na wa?
No.
That's a good movie.
Shit. If I go to my folder that I haven't got open for some reason because I restarted my PC.
Wait,
Excuse me.
Shouldn't this wait till next episode?
It should, but I'm not. Whatever. Fucking. Yeah, that's next episode. After that, there's what? January.
Yeah, the episode after that, Potato might be here. Should I have Potato on the podcast?
You know he's gonna like run away.
Yeah, but it'll be funny though. It'll be funny.
Be gay.
Fuck off.
He'll run outside, trip over your dildo. It'll be great.
Fuck you.
I'm not even
I keep it secure.
Securely attached to the bathroom wall via suction cup. I'm not even fucking trying anymore. I'm just.
This has to be phoning it in part 2. Electric Boogaloo. Like, this has to be. You can't, like, just, like, not say that in the title. We need to make it clear that this is.
But.
This is,
Oh, fuck.
Wait, are we not going to do the questions?
Why the fuck would we do the questions?
Why? Well, because it's like end of the year.
Dude, if people want to ask me fucking questions, they can ask me questions fucking whenever.
No, not everything's about you. I mean, like, if they want a question on the podcast, you know, and we discuss it, you know?
That's what I mean. Like, if they want to ask fucking questions, they can ask fucking questions. I'm not gonna make a special fucking
episode.
day for it. No, fuck off.
No, we're not gonna. What are you saying? We're just gonna rate things for fucking 2 hours?
Yes.
That's fucking retarded. There's not enough things. I haven't done enough things this year to rate.
No, but I'll tell you that your idea's shit. That'll give us a.
You already have. You've literally done it before the episode has started. You don't need to.
Oh, fuck. I'm looking at it now. Apparently, we might have to do. So, are we doing the drinking podcast on the 1st?
No.
No, 1st of January. No, February.
No. When did? Well, there is the question of, well, I've deliberately been off alcohol.
Same, and I'm saying that we're fucking doing it. You don't get a choice in the matter.
Don't do it. Right, don't play this game. Don't play this game.
What game?
Don't deliberately. If you Don't try and play me.
No,
Right.
dude, bitch, you fucking dragged me into this. Now we're fucking doing it.
Yeah, but you can't say you don't get it right. If you just didn't give me a choice, I would do it. But when you're saying things like "I'm not giving you a choice," you're doing it. Well, now it makes me even more not want to do it. You know? If you just left it, it'd be fine, and I'd do it.
Okay, then don't make me a mod. You have no choice in this.
Don't try and play me, you fuck. Well, you did that to yourself. You did that to yourself.
Oh, I did that to Kibo.
Kibo is nearly a mod. God, that would have been a shit show. You and Kibo as a mod together. Fuck me.
Why?
Well, no, this is what Sleepy said when we were talking. It was like, yeah, that would have been. What do you mean? Why? You can't pull the why.
No,
You fucking know why.
No, why?
We had an episode about this incident. We don't need to go over it.
Yeah, but like, what does him being a mod change about this?
It does. It changes it.
How?
It just does. I can't put. It's a feeling in the gut. You know, it's like when you feel like a car coming towards you. Oh, I don't know. Something like that.
I'm not following.
Neither am I.
So you don't even believe your own bullshit.
That's fake news. No, but no, alright. There is something that if you were both mods and the problem would have spilled because neither of you like it would be more complicated. That's what I'm trying to say. It'd be more complicated. Hey. Say that's all I meant. It'd just be more complicated.
I don't get it. The only thing I could see bit changing is the fact that it would still be fucking hilarious when I was still cracking jokes about it.
What do you mean?
Well, there was the entire point where you were trying to fucking grill me on it and you were just laughing your ass off the entire time.
I don't remember this.
Yeah, it's like, you wake up and you're like, what the fuck's happening? We're all going to VC and I keep fucking making jokes about it because it's hilarious and you're trying your damnedest not to laugh at them.
I'm a infectious laugher, you know? Like, we've already talked about this. You were in the wrong. So, in my opinion. So, that's it. But, yeah. We've reached 2 hours, haven't we?
Alright. Thank you, everyone who...
No one has listened this far. Fucking no one.
If you've listened this far, send at me with a RitsuDab emote on Discord, link in the description below. Goodbye.
You'll get a special wall. Goodbye.